Right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Kimberly, and I am the Program Informational Specialist for Ohio University's College of Business online programs. And today I'm joined by the wonderful Kathy Wilson. Kathy, say hi to everyone and give us a quick introduction.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kathy Wilson. I'm Director of Partner Development for the College of Business in graduate programs.
Yes, and Kathy is here today because she is an expert in this graduate business certificate, which I hope that you're excited about. It's our newest certificate, Executive Management for Healthcare Professionals. So without further ado, let's see here, click, there we go. Kathy, why don't you tell us a little bit more about the certificate?
Yeah, so thank you all for your interest in this program. As Kim mentioned, this is our newest certificate, and we're really excited about this one. We partnered with our college, Heritage College of Osteopathic Medicine, to really design a certificate that would meet the needs of healthcare professionals. So as you'll read through kind of some of the things that this program is going to help prepare you for, that partnership between the College of Osteopathic Medicine was really crucial to help us drill down on some key topics and areas where we feel like healthcare professionals are going to need some real foundational business knowledge. So you'll see there everything from learning to lead the healthcare organization, so helping with talent development, training, analytics, just basic business knowledge. Those are some things that we'll cover. You will dive down into analytics a little bit more deeply, and that's something that I feel like a lot of people know a little bit about, but they don't know enough to really make decisions and help the management team make those really informed decisions. So that's going to be a topic that's really going to be covered quite extensively. And then just challenges. What kind of challenges are the healthcare industry facing right now? How can we better fuel growth and prepare the industry for what's coming? And then also just decreasing costs, increasing quality. Those are always expectations. One of those statistics that you see mentioned there is, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, there's going to be 422,300 healthcare management jobs expected to be created within the next 8 years. And that is a huge amount of growth. And so what this certificate is geared to do is to take individuals who have that fundamental healthcare knowledge and are already working in a myriad of different positions in the healthcare system. So this certificate is geared towards students who maybe work on the front lines, in a nursing capacity or an MD, to anyone in between who's maybe somebody who works in the registration or who works in I want to say customer, it's not customer, patient intake. And so any of those different areas, this is going to help for that growth and help give you those skills that you're going to need for that growth.
I love that. I love that. I think that, as the healthcare industry is growing, there's so many different aspects of it that you don't, you think of your doctors and your nurses, but what about the administrative staff behind all of those people to keep the operations moving? And what you really realize is that the healthcare industry is a business. And I think that's where this certificate really came from, is like that idea of we needed to blend, that business knowledge with that caring and compassion and all the healthcare knowledge that all of these fine folks have to really make a great program here. So yes, I love it.
100%. So it's building on that knowledge, like you said, and helping to fill in some gaps that maybe there are, because, I have a business education. If you threw me into healthcare, I would have no idea. So I don't have that foundational knowledge. And so this is just helping to make a good connection here.
Do you think it would be good for someone who might want to transition into the industry as well? Like maybe I'm in higher learning, for example, and I'm like, I kind of want to go into the healthcare system because I do see this job growth, which is exponential. Like it could be a good career changer path too.
Yes, I definitely think so, because all of the courses are going to have casework and examples that are geared in healthcare. And so if you don't have any of that experience and you're maybe looking to pivot into an administrative role or something like that within a healthcare system, this will definitely help you to understand the healthcare side of things with that business spin. So 100%, geared towards students who are not only just, in healthcare now, but maybe hope to get into that role.
That's amazing. Built this for you. So just taking a look at the curriculum here. So this certificate consists of 4 courses, so it'll be very quick for you to finish it. We talked a little bit about how analytics is important, so that curriculum is in there, the descriptive analytics, but then you're really deep diving into learning how to manage individuals, teams, growing yourself as a business leader. The Lean Six Sigma is kind of like a interesting way to project manage and get things done within your organization. And then we let you choose some elective courses to really decide what you want to do. For example, if you are interested in learning leadership in healthcare, that's available for you. Or is it maybe how to grow financially within the healthcare industry or help your organization grow financially? Those are some options here for you. So just a quick note about our courses. I think I'm going to touch on this a little bit later, but you take one course at a time, and those are within 7-week increments. So if you are working or you are in the healthcare industry and you're working all the time, this coursework, this part-time coursework will allow you to get there quickly within, I think we say within 2 semesters, probably, with this the way everything is flowing right now. So it is definitely manageable. If you're working in the industry already, don't worry about that, because we've designed it for you, the working professional. Oh, there it is. That's what I was just talking about. So it's 4 7-week courses over 28 weeks or 2 semesters. And you can take breaks, for example, if you're I have a huge influx of patients coming in, I just need to take a break for these 7 weeks. Our classes are constantly rotating, so you can take a break, come back in and join us, just get it done. But I think if you're in it for a business certificate like myself, you just want to get the coursework done and then get out. So that is great. 12 credit hours, 100% online. And I think, Kathy, this is where you can talk a little bit about your expertise here, like the networking aspect. When you're in these courses, you're in there with like-minded professionals. And Kathy has built some amazing partnerships with not only local healthcare organizations in Ohio, but probably throughout, regionally and nationally as well. So do you want to talk a little bit about some of the organizations that you've worked with in the past?
Yeah, absolutely. So it really is true. We're really hoping that this program will be able to bring together hospital systems that are maybe very small. I know here locally in Ohio, we have some that are geared towards small communities, and it's a lot different than those bigger organizations. So, Ohio Health and things of that nature. So we find this to be a great opportunity for students to be able to gain that experience from somebody who maybe has a system that has 30, 40 plus hospitals in their system, and someone who maybe it's the only hospital in their system. So it's a great opportunity to be able to network with those individuals, find out what the differences are. And so then as you're looking to move in your career, you can kind of glean on some of those experiences that you've met from those professionals. And the nice thing too is that you're working together with them. These are networking and relationships that you're going to have well beyond this certificate. And we really try to, especially with our partnership with Heritage College of Medicine, try to encourage that type of networking within the program, and reaching out to all the different systems across not just Ohio, but nationally. So we're really excited to be able to see some of those relationships that are going to form from this certificate. And we want to learn as well. We want to learn what's happening. What are some things that you all are facing in your particular system that maybe we need to incorporate more in our program. And so it's a great back and forth relationship, I think.
For sure. And we mentioned earlier that this is a new certificate for us. So we are always learning and always willing to adjust the coursework as needed. And our faculty is just absolutely stellar. And I think you'll get a lot from not only the faculty, but your fellow cohort as well, just like-minded individuals. Just some more benefits here to learning with Ohio Online is, there are virtual office hours. So for example, if analytics isn't your strong suit and you just need a little bit of extra help, our faculty, they're available I don't want to say 24/7, but probably like 27 out of the day, but they're willing to help take the time, really walk you through the content to make sure it's not only sticking, but you can take it and actually use it in your day jobs as well. And then asynchronous learning, that means that you learn on your time. So whether it's like, reading on your time, doing the exercises, watching the videos on your time, that is all available for you. So as a working professional who probably has a day job and a life, you have the ability to do your coursework and get your day job done as well. Kathy, do you want to talk a little bit about costs and scholarships?
Yeah, so you'll see the cost. I'm really proud of the cost of our certificates. I think they're very affordable for students. And we are happy to be able to have several different scholarships that we offer students. So I mentioned, my role, I work with our corporate partners, and we have partnered with several healthcare organizations across the country to be able to allow that employees of those organizations to have scholarships. So we have a $1,500 scholarship that's available for anyone who works at one of our corporate partners, or if you're an Ohio University alumni in any capacity. It doesn't have to be a College of Business alumni. If you graduated from our Heritage College of Medicine or any of those kinds of things, you're eligible for that scholarship. And then we also offer the scholarship for anyone who is active military or veteran. And then because of the partnership that we have with the Heritage College, they also have what they call their clinical education network. And so those partners expand beyond just our partners here in the College of Business. And that's really where you're going to see the partnerships with the healthcare organizations across the country. And those partners as well, we have begin to offer those scholarships to those partners as well. So if you're interested about, you're not sure if you work for a corporate partner, or you're not sure that you're in the clinical education network, you can definitely feel free to ask, and we can let you know if you're eligible for those scholarships. But that scholarship is directly applied to your tuition and fees equally across the program. So each semester you'll see that those fees are applied to that particular semester, whether you're taking one class or two classes. It's kind of equal amounts across that entire program. And you'll see there the fees, $8.25 per credit hour if you live in Ohio or West Virginia, and a slight difference if you're out of state to $8.44. And we find that a lot of students and a lot of the hospital systems that I work with here in Ohio especially are starting to offer tuition reimbursement for certificates. So that might be something that if you're not sure, again, at your particular employer, if they offer that, definitely ask, because what I'm saying is that this is something that's valuable and is of need in those systems. And so they are starting to offer that tuition assistance for students who are looking to do this kind of the coursework.
For sure. And there is no additional application needed. Like if you just let us know that you might be within one of these partner organizations, or you are thinking about it, you don't have to apply. You just let us know. We figure it out on our end. So you have no reason not to ask. And I think, like you mentioned, a lot of employers are seeing certificates as a fast way for their employees to upskill. It just elevates the whole organization. So I think it's definitely worth, if they're not considering reimbursing for tuition, it's definitely within a lot more open now than it was even like a year ago, I would say. So
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Doesn't hurt to ask. Okay, so what do you need to get in? So our application deadline for fall 21 is coming up in 2-ish weeks. So hurry, get your applications in. We do have a little bit more wiggle room with our certificates, only because, like I said, our classes are constantly going on. So if you're not going to be able to make it for August 6th, just get in touch with us, because we can tell you when our next class start date is. All you'll need to do is fill out our online application. Takes just probably like a few minutes, like name, address, etc. You're going to need a bachelor's degree. These are graduate business certificates. So if you kind of weren't there yet, or you're thinking about finishing, you do have to finish your bachelor's degree first. We'll need to see your official transcripts from those organizations that provided you that bachelor's degree, your current resume. Again, we want to make sure that you're getting the most benefit from your employers. And then we have an application fee of $35. But if you're joining us today, Kathy and I are happy to offer you an application fee waiver. So just scratch that off the list. I'll put the code in the chat box for those of you who might be interested in joining us for the fall semester. It's just, the code is COB Learn. And you'll just input that in the first page of the application. Don't have to pay the fee waiver. And then, as always, with the online graduate programs at Ohio University, there is no GRE or GMAT. So we're here to make sure that you are able to learn and grow as an individual and grow your Bobcat network. That being said, I'd like to see if there are any questions from our audience at all. We see you there and we're here to answer any of your questions. If not, we'll just wrap it up, because these, like our certificates, these info sessions are very, very quick, but we do have a recording that we'll be happy to share out with you. So again, fall is coming up. But I think that this certificate is great if you're interested in the healthcare industry, if you're interested in the business side of healthcare, this is for you. And then I don't know if these classes go to the Master of Health Administration, but I do know that many of these courses will transfer to our MBA with the healthcare concentration or things like that nature. So what would be the total course fee? Going back, you know, it depends if you're in one of these partner organizations. These are the raw totals on the screen. If you're out of state, you know, $10,128 total. That does not include your books, just because some professors use books, some professors don't. So it depends on the coursework that you take. So we say like raw tuition, if you're out of state, it'll be $10,128. But again, we have many different scholarships for our online graduate students, and it is very, very possible that you work within an organization that will get you one of these scholarships. Is it possible to choose 2 elective courses and 2 core courses? It might be. We actually have not had anyone go through the whole program yet. So I would absolutely refer to you to one of our admissions specialists. I know that sounds like it's me, but it's not me, in terms of what can be swapped out and what can't be swapped out. I know the 3 required courses you will have to take. You might be able to add on an additional elective course. But so if you're wondering, how do I get in contact with you? I should have put it on the screen, but I will put our admissions email address in the chat. It is admissions@onlineprograms.ohio.edu. You can just get in touch with an enrollment specialist. Just let them know that you were in the webinar recently with Kimberly and Kathy, and they will get that question answered for you. Usually we have students who love our graduate certificates so much, they just take more certificates. So I don't think we've ever had a situation where they want to just take more courses and not get an additional certificate, but it's always good to ask. So thank you for that. Yes, so for any questions about admissions, just go ahead and email that email address, admissions@onlineprograms.ohio.edu, and our team will be sure to get back to you probably within 24 hours, just if you have questions about our corporate partners, if you have questions about the coursework in particular, or how it transfers or what you do. These people are poised and ready to answer your questions. So thank you so much. Last call for questions. Right. Thank you for joining us today. We definitely hope that you'll be able to join us for our fall semester, but we do recruit for fall, spring, which our spring courses will start in January. Again, there's a little bit wiggle room with certificates, and then our summer. So 3 intakes per year. I hope you'll join us for the fall. So thank you so much. Thank you, Kathy, for joining me today. This was a quick session, but it's just packed full of knowledge. We don't like to waste time here. So thank you all so much. I'm going to end are recording now. Don't know how.